Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
A very pleasant Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to Lander Valley High School on a beautiful Friday evening in Lander, Wyoming for Lander Tigers football here on 1330 KOVE and streaming live at county10.com. Scott Fuller to bring you the game tonight. Andrew Garcia joining us for camera work this evening to make the 4K video at county10.com possible. And we welcome you into the Porter's Tailgate Show, brought to you by Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton. It's your one stop for gas, grills, spas. They have charcoal grills there as well. Grills of every variety, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. Coming up here on the Porter's Tailgate Show, we're going to run down expected starting offense and defense in just a moment. But here is how the Evanston Red Devils and the Lander Tigers arrive at their matchup tonight. Evanston locked in a interesting, exciting game last week across Fremont County in Riverton. Wolverines able to hold off Evanston 17-13. That game, again, an interesting one last Friday night, was within reach for both teams the entire game. Evanston scored on an 80-yard run on the very first play from scrimmage, that courtesy of Braden Wallace. You'll see him wearing number 2 for Evanston tonight. Red Devils also saw scoring in the second quarter from Brooks Searle on a 12-yard touchdown pass from Bronson Sims. Also expect to see Bronson wearing number 22 at quarterback tonight. That was all the offense that Evanston would muster against a improved this year Riverton defense, though, and the Red Devils collected their first loss of the season last Friday in Riverton. Evanston now 1-1 on the year if you do not include a victory in 0 week. Lander did not play a formal 0 week contest. Instead, they hosted Cody for a joint scrimmage that was here in Lander. Tigers' first 2 games were on the road. Lander did break that 11-game losing streak dating back 2 seasons in their opener at Green River. Last week, Tigers offense struggling a bit on the road in their second regular season game of the year against a perennial playoff qualifier in the Powell Panthers. Lander was able to keep the game within reach throughout most of that first half. Tigers defense with a nice goal line stand against the Panthers offense gave Lander the ball inside the Powell red zone. Caleb Larvey found the end zone from 3 yards out. Successful PAT fake 2-point conversion kept the Tigers in the game in the first half. But that would be all she wrote for the offense on the road last Friday night. Lander falling to 1-1 on the season with a 39-8 loss in Powell. 2 1-1 teams set to get back on the winning side of things here in Lander. Just about 15 minutes away from Tigers and Red Devils here on a beautiful Friday night at LVHS. Starting lineups for the Tigers coming up. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show on 1330 AM and county10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
And welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Friday night football, Evanston and Lander just about 12 minutes away from kicking off. Both teams, as we've mentioned already in the Porter's Tailgate Show, 1-1 officially, not counting any 0-week action on this young season. Both teams looking for win number 1 on the year. This will be Lander's home opener, both of their first 2 games in Green River, which was a victory for the Tigers, and in Powell last Friday night were on the road for the Tigers. They have that kind of schedule this year, does Lander. They'll play 2 at home, 2 on the road first, then 2 at home, including next week, and their home opener tonight, then 2 on the road, and they wrap up with 2 at home, one of those road games in the final set. Obviously, technically a road game this year. The Keeper of the Gold game between Lander and Riverton will be over at RHS. We welcome you back into the Porter's Tailgate Show. Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton is your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's, of course, a proud sponsor of all Fremont County athletics. We do have expected starting lineups tonight for the Lander Tigers, playing their first home regular season game of the season tonight. Crowd starting to fill in here at LVHS. Bleachers starting to again fill with people. There is some tailgate action for the home opener with the grill going, so expect the stands to fill in here on the home side of the stadium as we get going. But we'll get you the starting lineups here. We'll start with the defense this week, maybe in some hopes that we can find some superstitious good luck in bringing you Lander's 3-4 starting lineup first this time around here on the Porter's Tailgate Show. Lander does show off a 3-4 with a pretty stout front 3 up front. Gavin Romer on the left side, number 55, Caleb Hamilton at nose, and Tress Pickard, number 61, on your screen at county10.com will be playing the right side of that 3-4 up front. Linebackers are Caleb Larvey, obviously one of the dual threat running backs for the Tigers tonight. He'll be playing both ways at linebacker. You can say the same for number 34, Braden Baker. Braden Johnson Baker will also play one of those linebacker spots, and Cody West rounding out the 4 in the 3-4 at the second level. Finn McFadden and Barrett Moffitt are the corners, and number 10, Parker Burton, playing in Coach Burton's bandit spot. Landon Jones, the free safety. That's your Tiger defense. Offensive side of the ball for the Tigers with the offensive line from left to right. Tress Pickard, Gus Childers on the left side, number 54, Jackson Conder at center. Caleb Hamilton plays right guard, and number 66, Gavin Romer, starts at right tackle. Mention number 24, Caleb Larvey, and number 34, Braden Baker are those 2 primary backs. Behind quarterback, number 11, Paxton Hollingshead, and number 1, Braden Johnson Baker will play in that H-back spot. You'll see Johnson Baker lined up off tight end occasionally. Sometimes in the backfield, he'll play a little slot receiver from that H-back as well. If you've caught on, we'll do our best to sort this out, but we have number 34, Braden Baker, who you'll see on both sides of the ball. You'll also see number 1, Braden Johnson Baker. So we have 2 Braden Bakers on this Lander Tigers roster, and of course, they both play an integral part of both the offense and the defense. So we'll do our best to delineate between number 34, Braden Baker, and number 1, Braden Johnson Baker. We've been referring to Braden Johnson Baker as Howard Baker, which I was informed is his nickname by head coach Jim Burton. But officially, I think he'd rather go by Braden Johnson Baker. So we will go with 2 Braden Bakers on both sides of the ball for Lander. We'll try our best to delineate as we go on. That's the last thing this broadcaster needs, is one more confusion thing to throw us off. But that's all right. We'll get by. Both guys very integral parts of the offense and the defense for the Tigers. 2 deep receivers to finish our offensive starters that are expected from Coach Burton for the Tigers. Finn McFadden, Sawyer Nick Hazel, Landon Jones, and number 5 is Barrett Moffitt. Tight end spot, by the way, which we may have neglected in the pregame last week. Django Ferguson, number 87, on your screen if you're watching at county10.com. So those are the expected starters from head coach Jim Burton and his Lander Tigers. Interesting storyline that played out a little bit last year. Head coach Jim Burton coached at Evanston for, I believe, 4 years and has been now in Lander for 2. Steve Moore taking over in Evanston with Coach Burton's departure. So these, at least some of these coaching staff members know each other across the sidelines fairly well. Glad you're joining us on 1330 KOVE and county10.com. Kickoff is about 7.5 minutes away. Beautiful Friday evening here in Lander, Wyoming. It is 77 degrees. Going to be just about that here at kickoff in about 7 minutes, and a west wind, nice breeze, cooling things off a little bit, blowing in from the west again at 14 miles an hour steady at last check. Beautiful night for football. Urgently hoping the sun goes down, both for the sake of our viewers watching at county10.com, but also almost a little bit too warm for a football Friday. But we are early in the season, just week number 3 for official action between Evanston and Lander. And again, both of these teams are entering this Lander home opener at 1-1. Both teams will be coming off a loss. Evanston dropped their game last Friday night across the county at Riverton, and these Lander Tigers falling at Powell last Friday night as well. This has been the Porter's Tailgate Show. Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton is your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. About 6 minutes away from kickoff, we'll get you the coin toss, national anthem, and the opening kickoff of Lander and Evanston coming up in just a couple of moments here on 1330 KOVE and streaming video at county10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOBE and County10.com.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. A couple of minutes away from kickoff between Lander and Evanston. We are just in time to bring you the national anthem as performed by one of the Lander High School students. We'll bring you that. Get to the result of the coin toss, and then kick things off coming up here from Lander. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem. I missed the PA introduction. We'd hear from Lander High School students singing the national anthem. That was obviously several. Chorus of some kind, doing a great job. Hopefully that came through okay across our audio without any microphone to help them. They didn't need one here in person. Nice way to start the evening. And Lander's going to try on offense to get off to a good start themselves. Evanston won the coin toss and deferred the second half. So we will see Lander's kick return and then presumably their offense on the field to start this game. Glad to have you with us at County10.com and over the air here in Fremont County on 1330 AM. You can find every Lander Tiger game on 107.7 FM as well if you prefer the stereo vibe. Both teams just about ready to go, getting final instructions from their kick cover and kick return unit coaches, respectively. Lander is going to be going from left to right on your radio dial. And for those of you watching at County10.com, if you're a Lander fan and a regular watcher of our Tiger broadcasts at home, you know about the sun, especially this time of the year. The first couple of games in particular are pretty rough, and it's just a glare on the press box that will dissipate as we go on throughout the first half toward halftime. So we'll do our best to describe the action in lieu of anything you're not able to see. 4K doesn't help pointing directly into the sun. But whether you're watching or listening, we are glad to have you on a beautiful Friday night. Again, 77 degrees at kickoff. Evanston will be kicking from right to left. And again, Lander moving left to right. Finn McFadden, the deep man for Lander. And we are underway. It's a short kick with some backspin. Bounces at the 25 and out of bounds. That will be an illegal procedure penalty on Evanston, giving Lander some room to work with. One of the keys to this game is going to be Lander's offense, able to get not a whole lot going, especially early on last week on the road. One touchdown did come, frankly, courtesy of the Tigers' defense. Nice goal line stand gave the Tigers' offense the ball inside the Evanston red zone to start a drive. Interesting decision here by head coach Jim Burton. He is going to opt for a re-kick. So backing up 5 yards to kick from the 35. We'll have another opening kickoff. Ball bounced out of bounds at about Landers 20. So the hope for Tigers fans here is the re-kick from 5 yards further back from Evanston will give Lander better field position than the penalty would have afforded them. So here's opening kickoff number 2. Again, it's McFadden back deep. He's going to have the ball drop right in his lap at about the 15 to the 20, across to the 25. Has a seam. McFadden stumbling across the 40 to the 45-yard line. We saw a 74-yard kickoff return for a touchdown called back last Friday night. Finn McFadden, with a little bit of space, is a dangerous open field returner. And the gamble on the penalty pays off for head coach Burton, as indeed the Tigers will open with great field position, their own 45-yard line. So it's Hollingshead under center for Lander's first snap of the game. Straight T formation behind him. Give off right guard is to Parker Burton. Parker Burton falling just shy of midfield, gain of 4 on first down, brings up second down and 6. Parker Burton also the backup quarterback. You'll see him at H, and in that formation, the middle of the 3 T backs, I guess we could say, sort of refer to this as a wing T, what Lander likes to run. And especially on opening drives and in the red zone, Lander likes to stack that backfield with 3 running backs straight across. Officials holding up play as an Evanston defender ties a shoe. Of the same formation on second down. Everybody's tight, 3 backs behind Hollingshead. And on the carry is going to be Braden Baker on the left side. Braden Baker tough to bring down. Keeps his feet moving, falls forward for a gain of about 3, maybe 4. Already that kind of offensive production you do want to see from Lander on the ground that just wasn't there in the first couple of series last week in Powell. Took the Tigers' offense 2 possessions, actually 3 possessions before they got their first down last Friday. Now with a 3rd and short, call it a long one. Same formation, balls at the center of the field with Hollingshead under center. Everybody's tight and 3 backs directly behind him. Paxson takes a snap. Dive is ahead to Braden Baker, who easily has the first down across the 45, falling ahead to the 42-yard line. And just like that, Lander in plus territory with their first down of the game. Yet to throw a pass, in fact, yet to line up with a receiver outside of any tight end position so far for Lander. And we'll have the same formation with everybody tight and those 3 backs behind Hollingshead for first down and 10. Ball's on the Evanston 42. This is a play-action fake. Hollingshead with a nice fake. Throw to a couple of receivers who are right next to each other in their routes. Not sure if that was designed or not, but Caleb Larvey as well as Juan Rivera ended up basically at the same spot on the field, which you generally like to avoid when you draw up plays. Keep the defenders separated. Ball falls harmlessly in between them, brings up second down. Excellent play-action fake, though, after 3 consecutive runs by quarterback Paxton Hollingshead. Definitely was there, even with the perhaps crossed-up routes on that play. Brings up second down and 10. Ball again. Evanston's 42. Hollingshead with a pitch. This is Baker, off left tackle, flag on the field. Likely a holding call against Lander. Braden Baker's got a gain of about 4, but that flag thrown in the area of offensive holding. See what the official call is. Officials talking about this on the far side. It was a side judge that threw the flag in the offensive backfield. Again, usually means offensive holding, and it will be. Penalty accepted by the Evanston sideline. Mentioned this in the Porter's Tailgate show, but these coaching staffs know each other pretty well. Steve Moore, having taken over in Evanston following head coach Jim Burton's departure to Lander at the start of last season. Burton was there in Evanston, I believe, 4 years prior to that. Back across the 50 after the holding penalty on the left side of the Lander offensive line, so it'll be second and long from the Lander 47, as Hollingshead looks to throw right from the gun, instead decides to take it himself and will lose a yard, trying to make something out of nothing. Not sure if that was a designed fake wide receiver screen to the near side, or if Hollingshead just decided discretion might have been the better part of valor, having not liked what he saw. Either way, play is a loss of 1. Now 3rd down and long. Tigers, a victim of their own holding penalty, has knocked them back across their own side of the 50, and now a tough 3rd and long for an offense that likes to run first. See what Coach Burton dials up. Got just a single back and 2-by-2. Wide receiver wide each side and 1 in the slot each side. Hollingshead back to pass. This will be a screen. It's ahead to Larvey. Larvey with some room to the 40 of Evanston, across the 35, very close to a Lander Tiger first down. Going to be just a yard and a half short. And a pickup of 17 on the screen. Great play design, better execution. Hollingshead letting Larvey leak out of the backfield straight up the middle. And you would think Lander would go for it here out of field goal range, looking for their second first down on this drive. Just underway with 8:22 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard to go in the first quarter, scoreless from LVHS. Tigers will show that they'll go for it on 4th down. This will be about a yard. Hollingshead under center. Larvey and Baker behind him. It's going to be a sneak from Hollingshead. Falling forward with plenty of room, extra yard after the first down. Second conversion on this drive for the Lander Tigers. How about that for overcoming some adversity? Lander's offense, after a holding call, dropped them back to 3rd and 17. Screen play to Larvey makes it 4th and 1. And then Paxton Hollingshead with plenty of push from that offensive line. Up front there, help from Connor and Hamilton and Childers to get the first down. Ball now just outside of Evanston's 30-yard line. 3 backs behind Hollingshead. Turn and give is to Braden Johnson Baker, who scampers his way along the left side for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. Braden Johnson Baker in that H-back, and again, not to be confused with number 34, Braden Baker. Number 1, Braden Johnson Baker, is the H-back who will play in the backfield, as you saw in that last first down run. He'll also play off tight ends. And in the slot, he'll come out of the game here for 2nd down. 2nd and 7 coming up, past 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. On the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, scoreless with Lander driving. Ball on the Evanston 28-yard line. Lander quarterback Hollingshead with 3 backs behind him. This will be a sweep to the left side. Looking for room out there is Parker Burton. Burton rolled out of bounds after a gain of about 4. 3rd down upcoming for Lander's offense. Be 3rd and 4. Ball across the 25. So 3rd and 4 from the 24 coming up for the Tigers. There's really much more what you want to see from Lander's offense versus the first couple of series in the loss on the road against Powell last week. Couple of first downs. Lander's looking for a 3rd first down on this drive, or even more. Hollingshead from the far hash with 3 backs behind him. T formation. Everybody's tight. Give off right guard. See who that was. I think, again, we had Parker Burton on the carry. Tough with the sun glare and that sneaky wing tee that Lander runs to always see who gets the ball. But that's kind of the point. That may have been Braden Johnson Baker, as he's coming out of the game, and Parker Burton wasn't even on the field for that last play. He is now in for 4th down. Pretty important first quarter play for the Lander offense. 4th and about a yard. Ball's on the 22-yard line of Evanston. Tight T formation behind Hollingshead. Hollingshead under center. There's a dive straight ahead to the first man through, and it looks as though Braden Baker has enough for the first down. Well, that's Caleb Larvey. They fooled me again. But again, that's the point of this offense, is you have 2 really strong running backs who are used to early contact across the line of scrimmage in Baker and Larvey. And it can be really hard to diagnose that quick action in the backfield for defenses. Good for a second fourth down conversion on this drive. First down number 3 for the Tigers. Just about textbook perfect opening drive, milking a lot of clock. There's now 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless, but Lander knocking on the door now inside the Evanston 20. Hollingshead with a tight end to his left and 3 wide receivers. Dive ahead to Baker. That's Braden Baker. Wrapped up immediately, but even so, falls ahead for a gain of about 2. Best asset of both of these running backs in Larvey and on that carry, Braden Baker, is they do anticipate contact right away. And it's got to be quite something to keep their feet from moving forward. So even when either back is hit at the line of scrimmage, generally able to salvage it for 2 or more. Gain of 2 on that first down run. Second down and 8, 4:42 to go in the first. Scoreless on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Hollingshead with a pitch right side. And a little bit of a lane is Braden Johnson Baker, I believe, off right tackle. It is. He'll fall ahead for a gain of 7. That's real close to a first down at the 10-yard line. They're going to mark Johnson Baker just short. Brings up a 3rd and 1 from the Evanston 10. With 4:16 on the first quarter clock in the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Exactly how you would have drawn it up for head coach Jim Burton to start this game after Evanston won the coin toss and deferred. It is a 3rd down and 1, though, from the 10. Hollingshead, Larvey and Baker, the first 2 backs, with 3 backs in total behind him. Give this to Braden Baker, trying to find the first down. Looks like he has it across the 9-yard line. Falling forward again, keeping those feet moving. And a 4th first down on this drive by my eye on the far sideline. Yep, they'll move the chains. Lander Tigers moving the ball effectively on the ground. They've thrown 1 pass, which was incomplete on this opening drive. Actually, 2 passes. Screen pass on 3rd and 17. Maybe the key play on the drive. Brings up a 1st and goal from the 1. Clock continues to run. It's a 9.5-minute opening drive for the Lander Tigers. Getting the crowd excited here at LVHS. Hollingshead with the T formation behind him, all 3 backs. He'll keep it on the play fake. Rolling to his left, throwing to the end zone. Ball's intercepted. Threw that one to nobody. It's going to be Brooks Serrell, the senior, with the easiest interception he's probably seen in 4 years. Not sure exactly what happened there with Hollingshead on the rollout to his left. Looked like his receiver, who might have been running across the formation from the right, could have slipped and maybe fell down. Don't think Hollingshead saw that, and so a very nice-looking opening drive goes for naught. No points for Lander. Evanston with tough field position. That was a touchback, so they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line. Here are the Red Devils on offense. Just about as different offensively as you'll see 2 teams. Bronson Sims is the quarterback for the Red Devils. He'll turn and pitch to the left side. It's Braden Wallace who's dancing around. Shakes a defender, falls forward for a gain of 6 to the 26-yard line. Brings up 2nd down for Evanston. Late flag well after the whistle on the play. This has got to be a unsportsmanlike or personal foul of some variety. See who that went against. It was the near sideline judge who threw that flag right up against the Lander sideline. After the play, unsportsmanlike was called against the Tigers. Didn't see the infraction, but that'll be 15 yards and a first down for Evanston. Clock stopped after the penalty with 3:01 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, scoreless. 1 drive apiece. Lander with a very impressive 4 first down opening drive. Interception in the end zone ended that without points for the Tigers. Now Evanston preparing their 3rd snap of the drive. Bronson Sims in the shotgun, has 1 back to his right side, 3 receivers to his right, including 1 attached. Dive again is to Braden Wallace. Wallace dancing again toward the Lander sideline. And we'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Close to a first down on that first down run. Ball's across the 50. Gain of 8 for Wallace brings up 2nd down and 2. Mental errors that the Tigers cannot have in this game. Part of a young team. Lander pretty young, just a few seniors on both sides of the ball. All part of the learning process of a young team. 2nd down and 3. Still on their own side of the 50, just barely. Dive ahead for Evanston on 2nd down. Falling forward is Braden Wallace. That's good enough for a Red Devils first to the Lander Tiger. Look to be at about the 45. That is where the officials will mark it. Evanston on Lander's side of the field for the first time in the game. 2:46 on the first quarter clock here on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Very fast-moving first quarter as a result of Lander wanting to run the ball for their whole first drive, and a 9.5-minute opening drive for the Tigers. Unfortunately for Lander, no points after the interception in the end zone. Bronson Sims is under center, eye behind him. It's pitched to the up man. Straight ahead, falling ahead for a gain of about 2 yards before he's brought down by that stout Lander. Front 3 is Rich. Breckenridge. One of 2 running backs you'll see quite a bit of. Listed at 5'10" and a senior. Already have seen quite a bit of Braden Wallace. He's a scary prospect for 3A teams because he's just a junior and is stepping up after the Red Devils lost a couple of key offensive players last year. After a gain of 3, bring up 2nd and 7. Under center is Sims. Sims with a pitch to the right side to Wallace. Braden Wallace off right tackle, still going. It's to that Lander 2nd level. Out of bounds, very near the first down marker. Looks like the officials will mark him just short. Yeah, it looks like they're sticking with that. It will be 3rd down coming up from the 36-yard line of the Tigers for Evanston. 3rd and 1. This would be 4-down territory, you would think, for the Red Devils anyway, barring a significant negative offensive play or a penalty coming up. Wouldn't expect anything other than either Rich or, again, Braden Wallace on this play. Those are your 2 backs behind Bronson Sims in the eye. Lander crowd gets into it a little bit. Give this to Wallace. Wallace was stood up very nicely by that Lander front 3. I'm not sure he's got it. It's going to be close in any event. Great penetration by those front 3 for the Lander Tigers. I mentioned it maybe too many times on last week's broadcast, but those front 3 of Romer and Hamilton and Tress Pickard are the kind of front 3 you need if you want to run a 3-4 in high school. But after talking it over, the officials, I thought, indicated a first down. I thought I saw that. I did. They just haven't moved the chains yet. So just barely enough on the 3rd down and short run for Evanston, who is on the ball quickly. Ball on Lander's 35. I formation again behind Sims. Receiver either side. Give us to Wallace on the right. Wallace to the 2nd level. Across the 30, diving ahead to the 25. Should be enough for another Evanston first down. After a gain of exactly 10. Official on the far side, the linesman, is standing just at the marker, so we'll see if it's 2nd and inches or 1st and 10. Just a little bit short, officially a gain of 9 from Braden Wallace, so 2nd down and about the length of a football coming up. May well be the final play of the first quarter with 15 seconds remaining in the frame on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Sims under center. Gives to the deep back in the eye. Falling forward is, I thought I saw Jesse Page there. Spelling Wallace. Whoever it was, falling forward for 6 yards. Easy conversion on the inches they need and about 5 more. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Still scoreless. On the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, Evanston and Lander both 1-1 on the year and both without points in that first frame. Be right back to LVHS with more after this on 1330 AM and county10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Welcome back to LVHS. We are scoreless after one with Lander and Evanston opening the second quarter. Each team with a single drive in that first frame. Evanston still trying to continue theirs. Now 1st and 10 from just outside the Evanston red zone. And on first down, you'll see Bronson Sims boot to the left. Throw to his left. Nice rollout from a right-handed quarterback is complete. That's close to a first down. About a 10-yard completion to Breckenridge. Evanston's been right on the marker more times than I can remember a team being. It'll be either 1st and 10 or 2nd and inches from about the Lander 11. Looks like 2nd down and just about 6 inches coming up. See how Evanston wants to handle this. They're going to have this time Sims in the shotgun with Rich to his right. Designed rollout. Was going to be the play, but whistles before and flags fly. See if this is a procedure against the Red Devils. Will be a false start against Evanston. So a 3rd down and about 6 inches turns into 3rd and 5 at the 15.5-yard line of Lander. A little bit of a different situation now. Sims is under center. I formation behind him. Receiver to either side. Snap to Sims. Pitch left. Pursuit there by Braden, but not before. You have Braden Wallace out of bounds with easy yardage for the first down and inside the Lander Tigers 10. Braden Baker on the pursuit for the Tigers. End of the play is inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line, so first down and goal coming up for the Red Devils. See if Lander's defense can come up with a nice defensive stand here. Sims is under center for Evanston. Turn give to the deep man in the eye. Nice penetration, but rolling ahead is Braden Wallace for Evanston. Lander's front three of the 3-4 doing a great job on those runs, especially as the field gets real short inside the red zone. That'll be a gain of maybe a yard, more like a half yard to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8. Ball now to about the 7, actually, of Lander. 2nd down snap coming up. Braden Wallace, Evanston quarterback this time in the shotgun, brings motion to his left. Wallace lost the handle, now in trouble in the backfield, and Lander is all over it. Significant loss on the play. Let's see how far the officials mark this one back. All the way back to the 16-yard line. That'll be a loss of about 9 or 10. As Bronson Sims had trouble with the shotgun snap. It looked like that motion from left to right was going to be involved in that play, maybe a sweep across the formation to the right side. But Sims getting a little bit ahead of himself, it would appear, in the play, and lost the snap before he was able to do anything with it. So that brings up 3rd down and goal. And now the ball's back to the Lander 16. Sims in the gun, back to his left, 3 wideouts to his left. He's looking over the middle. A nicely threaded throw and a nice catch. I think that was Brooks Serrell. Yep, coming across the middle, down to the 5-yard line of Lander. But it will be 4th down and goal. Decision time for Evanston and head coach Steve Moore. They have never been afraid to kick the field goal, and it looks like that's what you're going to have right now. It is Brooks Serrell coming on for a 25-yard attempt from the right hash. Snap is good. Hold down. Kick is up. And it looked to miss on the right. Yep, it was pushed off to the right side. So we remain scoreless in Lander. Tigers will take the ball over after a missed extra point attempt from Evanston. We are deadlocked at 0. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com. And for those of you on the video feed, we'll keep things right here, be joined by our radio audience here momentarily. So not sure what we were expecting in this game, but my money was not on 0-0 with 9:03 to go in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Both of these teams have had exactly one offensive drive, both long and time-consuming. Key plays for both teams in those drives, and it took almost a quarter and a half to accomplish that with nothing on the scoreboard. Lander, after the missed field goal, will take the ball over from the 20-yard line. And now the Tigers will actually use a timeout. So we'll take a break for our video audience and be back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
On 1st and 10, following the missed field goal from Evanston, first down play will be a give to Braden Baker, who bounces his way along the right side of his offensive line, but is knocked back a couple of yards. Loss of 2 on first down. For those of you just joining us, it is 0-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, 8:42 to go. Both teams with a possession so far. This will be Lander's second offensive drive. Lander with a nice sustained first quarter drive after taking the opening kickoff, but an interception in the end zone after perhaps a receiver slipped. Negated any points for the Tigers, and Evanston just missed a 25-yard field goal. So that's how we are scoreless just about halfway through this second quarter. On this second down and 12, Hollingshead in the gun with a back either side. Give to Braden Baker with some room, and watch out. Baker across the 35, the big guy with some speed, into Evanston territory, and now into the red zone. 10-5. That is an 82-yard touchdown run from Braden Baker. The big bruising back showing some remarkable quickness in the open field. And the Lander Tigers have struck first on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 6-0 Lander, 82 yards. Braden Baker doing it all himself with 8:02 to go in the first quarter. It was Evanston with an 80-yard drive to open the game against Riverton last week. Lander countering that with an 82-yard second quarter touchdown run and a successful PAT to make it 7-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back after this with the Tigers up a touchdown on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Buzzing here in the first regular season home game for the Tigers. 82-yard touchdown run from Braden Baker. Have the Tigers up 7-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back to return for Evanston is Serrell and Wallace, two excellent ball handlers, but that kick was a short one. Was that an onside kick? That was not a designed onside kick. Asking for some help from our cameraman, Andrew Garcia, but a very short kick. Still a live ball. But Evanston covers, and with great field position, the Red Devils will start this drive from their own 47-yard line. So Evanston's in a position where they're going to have to answer now. Bronson Sims, Red Devils quarterback from the shotgun. Handoff off the left side. This is going to be Brecken. Rich across midfield, still moving his feet. Breckenridge moving the pile for a gain of 9. He was met by 3 or 4 Tiger defenders at midfield after a gain of 5, but he kept those feet churning and picked up an extra 3, maybe 3.5, brings up 2nd down and 2. Tiger Faithful is filled in very nicely. Student section up against the rails here on the near side, the home side, and the crowd back to its normal size here for the Lander home opener. A little bit late filing in because of some fun tailgate activities prior to the game. Red Devils show 3 to the right. Now they'll shift a bunch of left. A designed run that way from Bronson Sims. Quarterback keeper the whole way. There's a flag at the tail end of this play after Sims falls ahead for a gain of about 5. In the area of holding thrown by the back judge behind the play. It is holding against Evanston. Appreciate the patience of those of you watching at county10.com. As you know, on a beautiful, clear Friday evening in mid-September, the sun from our vantage point is just brutal. It will get better as we go on. That glare. It's one of my favorite football fields in the state. The only downside is the direction they built it in, from our vantage point anyway. So after the hold, Evanston is facing a 2nd down and about 17. Now back to their own 40-yard line. Bronson Sims with a fake to the right, and now a sweep to the left. Ball's on the floor. I think Lander may have come up with that. They're going to say instead that Braden Wallace was down. Ooh, that was close. Tough to tell from our vantage point, especially staring into the sun. That ball looked to be out a little bit early. Perhaps a break for Evanston as Braden Wallace coughed it up on his own 41 after taking the sweep across. Still a 3rd down and 16 coming up for Evanston. Crowd getting into it here in Lander. Officials are stopping play, and Lander may have taken its 2nd timeout. Looks like they have. So we'll step aside, be right back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring, now open in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more and start living in style.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Following Lander's second time out of this first half, Evanston faces a 3rd and 16 from their own 46. 3 receivers to the right, rolling out to pass is Sims. Sims nearly has that intercepted. Ball falls incomplete. It was intended for Braden Wallace. Great coverage by Caleb Larvey on the play. Brings up 4th and 16 from their own territory. Evanston will likely have to punt. Tigers with a chance to get the ball late in the second quarter and up a touchdown on Evanston. Deep man is Finn McFadden as usual for the Tigers. He's actually joined back there. Sun's getting at its worst right now. I think that's Parker Burton. Couple of more minutes of this glare for those of you watching at county10.com. We do appreciate your patience. Kick is away. Fielded at about the 20-yard line by Finn McFadden with a little bit of room along his own sideline. Nice return. About 15 to the 35. See where they spot that officially. Well, a pretty key drive coming up for the Tigers. Not only up on the Red Devils in their home opener, but Evanston is scoreless throughout the first half, as you see on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 6:12 to go in the second quarter. Tigers up 7-0 and with the football from their own 34-yard line. Paxton Hollingshead brings the play in himself from the sideline to give to his team. Ball on the near hash at about the 34.5 of the Tigers. Hollingshead with Larvey and Braden Baker. Two receivers to the far side. They'll reset one of the backs to left tight end to block for this sweep that's coming across now to the left side, but it's well defended by Evanston. Finn McFadden trying to get a block there from Braden Baker, who had been reset from the backfield to off tight end to lead block, and very well defended. Gain of 2 for Lander. Across the 35 to the 36. Clock rolls, 5:50 to go in the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 82-yard Braden Baker touchdown run represents Lander's score in their lead here later in the second quarter. Hollingshead with, again, both backs from the shotgun, one to either side. Give to Caleb Larvey. Baker trying to pull him forward now, and Larvey won't stop his feet. Caleb Larvey was hit and carried the defender with some help from Braden Baker. Good 12 yards on that play. Across the 50 all the way down to the 46-yard line of Evanston. And that's what we mean with both of these backs. They expect to be contacted immediately, and they instinctually keep their feet going. And if either has any room and space, as we saw with that 82-yard Braden Baker run, they are faster and quicker than their oversized shoulder pads indicate that they might be. So first down from plus territory now across the Evanston 50 to the 48-yard line. And the clock rolls at 4:53 in the second quarter. Hollingshead, quick throw out to the right side. He's got a receiver there. It is Braden Johnson Baker who pulls that in and falls forward after a scamper toward the first down. Actually a gain of 11 on that play, so it will be a Tigers first down. There's an Evanston Red Devil down at about the 40 on their own sideline, so they'll tend to him. Let's step aside and take a break. Lander driving, and up 7-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back after this.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Lander injured Evanston Red Devil, we believe, was Carter Moore, senior and one of the defensive backs for the Red Devils defense, was down for good about a minute, but was able to get up and walk off on his own power. First down for the Lander Tigers from the 36-yard line of the Red Devils. Hollingshead resets Larvey off right tight end. Now a play fake and a throw left side's a little bit too far, and that may have been intercepted. It was picked off by Brooks Serrell. I think that's INT number 2 on the game. He also picked off Hollingshead in the end zone on Lander's very first drive. Not a bad read from Hollingshead there, trying to get the inside slants about 10, 12 yards downfield. Just put a little bit too much air under the ball. I think it might have been tipped by the Lander receiver. And if that's the case, good concentration by the defender, Serrell, there too. So Lander still with the lead, but Evanston has the ball back. They'll be first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. As Bronson Sims drops back, 5-step drop, looking for a fade down the left sideline. Good defense down there, but a better catch. Hauled in by Brooks Serrell. He's having himself a very nice first half on both sides of the ball. Great coverage on the far side. That was just a 5-step drop and fade. Not sure how much better you could have covered that play. Really impressive concentration by Serrell. And a gain of 29 yards on the pass and catch. 4:07 and counting in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Evanston with a little bit of a heartbeat to their offense after that big play. I formation is behind Bronson Sims. Turn give to the deep back off left tackle. That's Wallace looking for room near the Evanston sideline, and he will find about 5 yards. Close to the 50. Brings up second down. Evanston with all 3 of their timeouts. Lander has used 2 in this first half. Clock rolling right now. 3:35 in the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Evanston looking to answer and trailing by a touchdown, 7-0 to the Tigers in their home opener. Sims under center, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. I formation, give to the deep back once again is Wallace. Wallace breaking a tackle and now has some room down the far sideline. He is going to go. 10-5, Evanston Red Devils touchdown. On a 56-yard touchdown run unofficially, Braden Wallace for Evanston. Finds the scoreboard and the end zone for the first time for the Red Devils. And they have come within an extra point of tying this up with 3:11 to go in the second quarter. It'll be Brooks Serrell with the interception and the nice catch on that last drive for the PAT. That is up, and it is right down the middle. So Evanston comes right back. Late second quarter drive ties the game at 7. We'll return right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Who is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors? We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Welcome to Hampton Inn & Suites, your home away from home in Riverton. Enjoy top-notch amenities like our indoor pool, hot tub, and fitness center. Start your day with our complimentary breakfast. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi. Relax in one of our 89 beautifully furnished rooms. The Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to support the Riverton Athletics program and being a part of the Riverton High School Booster Club.
We want to wish all student athletes the best this coming season and look forward to being a part of your success.
And welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Evanston has tied the game at 7 with 3:11 to go here in the second quarter. Appreciate those of you watching at county10.com. We are aware of our camera position directly into the sun. That should start to get better here in about 5 or 6 minutes or so. Kickoff after the Evanston touchdowns. Finn McFadden trying to find some room across the 20 to the 25, falling ahead with a nice return of about 12 to the 28-yard line. Lander Tigers with 3:04 to go in the first half. All the momentum in the game, from what momentum there's been, has been the Tigers. Right up until the interception, second interception thrown by Hollingshead, was picked off by Brooks Serrell of Evanston, and Evanston driving just about the length of the field, 89-yard touchdown drive for the Red Devils to tie things up. Plenty of time with 3:04 to go in the second quarter. Lander is down to one timeout, having taken 2 already. So Tigers offense will start this drive from their own 27-yard line. Hollingshead with Baker to his right. Instead, it's a sweep off left tackle. Braden Johnson Baker coming across from the right all the way to the left side of the formation. Takes a little pitch pass for a gain of 2. Pop pass is what my brain was looking for there. That is a pass attempt and a completion officially for Hollingshead. Gain of, again, about 2 to the 30, brings up 2nd and 8. Rooting for that sun to go down behind the foothills around Lander. For those of you watching at county10.com, we're starting to get there. 2:25 to go. 2nd down and 8. Hollingshead with Baker, Braden Baker, who is going to get the carry. Across the formation and good enough for a first down to the 37-yard line. Braden Baker with the 82-yard touchdown run earlier in the first half, representing Lander's touchdown on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Clock is stopped momentarily at 2:14. Now rolls at 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Hollingshead, first down and 10 for the Tigers. Baker again to his right. That's Braden Baker. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Braden Baker with a handoff. Contacted immediately, falls ahead for a gain of about 1. And that'll bring up 2nd down as the Tigers approach their own 40-yard line. Moving now in the second quarter from right to left for those of you listening on 1330 KOVE. Tigers would obviously love some kind of big play to maybe take the lead before halftime, but they are not an up-tempo team. They're not a hurry-up kind of an offense. 1:33 to go, and a 2nd down and 9, we'll say, coming up, nearing their own 40. Hollingshead with a play-action fake. Here's a big shot, looking fade right side. Has a receiver, a little bit of contact. Don't see any flag, though. Pretty good coverage by Carter Moore. Good to see him back on the field after leaving with an injury earlier in this quarter. It was Finn McFadden, the intended receiver. Like the shot play personally on 2nd down. That was a well-thrown ball by Paxton Hollingshead, too. Just a little bit better defense by Carter Moore on that play for Evanston. Puts Lander in a 3rd down and 9 from their own 38. 1:21 to go in the second quarter. Clock is stopped on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Equally interesting play call here for the Tigers, too. See what Lander decides to do. They have Hollingshead, Larvey, and Baker either side of him in the shotgun. Give is to Larvey this time. Larvey has a little bit of space, couple of stiff arms across midfield, and Caleb Larvey falls ahead to the Evanston 35. One last Red Devil defender dragging him down and saving what would have been a touchdown. Caleb Larvey breaking through with a nice gain, easily inside Evanston territory. And Lander is trying to show a little bit of hustle here, getting the play call in from the sideline down to the 35. Tigers do have 1 timeout remaining. They're on the ball a little quicker this time with Hollingshead with his usual 2 backs in Baker and Larvey. Shotgun snap, it's going to be Larvey again. Off left guard, nice solid gain of 7 as he falls across the Evanston 30 to about the 28. Is this where the Tigers choose to take their timeout? It is. Last timeout taken of the half by head coach Burton. Back after this on county10.com and 1330 KOVE.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Redden Kane & Associates CPAs, we serve clients across Fremont County and beyond with top-tier accounting services. From individual taxes to business consulting, our creative and precise team offers tax management, estate planning, and more. You'll find us engaged and meticulous to ensure each client gets personalized guidance. Visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you achieve financial success.
We are Maven. We focus on the fundamentals, clean, simple designs with the very best modern materials and technologies. We refuse to compromise our mountain town roots to follow the well-worn path to $1. We choose instead to make game-changing gear and use it in the places and pursuits that inspire us every day. We are Maven, a company focused on the design and creation of innovative products for and by the modern outdoors.
That was a pitch forward. Should be an incomplete pass. I think that's been the indication. Offense is still on the field for the Tigers. Yeah, that's a forward pass. As Hollingshead pitched that one ahead, not to his side, not behind, but ahead to Braden Baker. So that is an incomplete pass and a bit of a break for the Lander Tigers. They live to drive on with 44 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Hollingshead with both those backs to either side in the shotgun. Play action. Hollingshead's going to lob one for the end zone. Receiver is there. Receiver seemed to hold up, or maybe he was held a little bit. Braden Johnson Baker from the slot there on the far side. Almost seems to stop the route. Not sure if he lost the ball or what, but it did look like Johnson Baker kind of let up on the route. May have thought he was held, but in any event, ball falls incomplete, so fourth down coming up for the Tigers. Go for it time here with 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. This is an interesting play call as well for head coach Burton and his offensive staff, because this, again, is not an up-tempo team and they're out of timeout. So if you run, which is what you're best at, the clock's going to roll. Then again, Evanston probably expecting some kind of shot to the end zone here too. Hollingshead on fourth down and 3. Back to either side, 2 receivers to his right. Whistles before the snap. It was going to be a play-action fake for what it's worth. Lander was going to pass on that play, but a flag is down. That's going to be against the Tigers. I think it was a false start. Finally getting the sun setting in the foothills, so thanks to those of you who have stuck around on the County 10 YouTube stream. You can finally see some football on the screen in front of you. Once again, Lander, just absolutely gorgeous football stadium, but that sun can be rough on the nicest of days here in Lander. Big play coming up for the Tigers. 38 seconds to go in the second quarter, and they have fourth down and 8 following the false start penalty. Same formation for Lander, except this time a single back. 3 receivers to the right, 1 short side left. Hollingshead has Larvey to his right. Hollingshead going to throw for it. Now is to step up in the pocket. He's going to need some help. He is tackled after a gain of 3, well shy of the first down. And Evanston turns over Lander on downs. Red Devils with only 31 seconds to work with, but they do have, I think, all 3 timeouts. They do. The Red Devils, if they want to go after this, have 3 timeouts to stop the clock. In a tie game where momentum has kind of been back and forth and scant, as a coach, my philosophy has always been try first down, see what happens. Maybe if you want to run it on first down with 3 timeouts and you get 6 or more, you take a timeout and then start thinking about it. But we'll see what Evanston tries to do here. They do have offensive playmakers all over the field. Bronson Sims is one of them. I formation at quarterback. He's under center. This will be a pitch left side to Wallace. Braden Wallace looking for room on the left side. Lander does a great job stretching that out across the 32-yard line. Evanston will not take a timeout. Now they do. About 5-6 seconds went off the clock there as Evanston decides to take their first time out. We're going to keep it right here with 17 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This gives us a chance to thank some of the great sponsors that make Lander Tigers football possible here on 1330 KOVE, as well, of course, as video streaming at county10.com, including Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton, supporting our local athletes. Your hard work and dedication doesn't go unnoticed. Fremont Chevy GMC is here for you every step of the way. 1401 North Federal in Riverton. Also thanks to Wyoming Catholic College right here in Lander on beautiful Main Street in Lander. Wyoming Catholic College thanking all the athletes for their hard work. Your dedication on and off the field is admirable. You can find them online at wyomingcatholic.edu. Low-scoring affair through just about a half so far. Still 17 seconds left to go in the second quarter, as Evanston just took the first of their three first half timeouts, after a gain of 4. See how aggressive Evanston wants to be with their remaining 2 timeouts as Bronson Sims from the shotgun gives to his back, coming across the formation. Breckenridge will have enough for a first down and then some. Ball out to about the 43-yard line on the run. Off left tackle, no timeout taken yet. Now Evanston will take their second timeout of the second quarter, of the first half rather. So they have one remaining. Lander without any timeouts, just trying to get to the half at this point. Tied with Evanston, both teams 1-1 entering the game. Both teams having lost their games last week in very different fashions. Lander was able to keep the game close in Powell last Friday night for at least the first half, and then Evanston ran away with things in the second half. For Evanston lost a back and forth, kind of a strange slugfest of a game in Riverton. 17-14, I believe, was the final in that one. So, both teams 1-1, both teams coming off a loss. Hard to overstate the importance of these last 12 seconds when it comes to Lander's defense, though. They have quite a bit of momentum carried over to the second half, at least they could, but Evanston could, with one play, do away with that. 12 seconds to go. Evanston from their own 42. All tied up at 7 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Shotgun snap. Passing all the way is Bronson Sims. He's going to heave one deep. Looking for Serrell. Serrell has that fall just behind him. Nice coverage on the play from Lander's Barrett Moffitt. That was a big incompletion for the Tigers. Still a time for a play. 6 seconds remaining and second down coming up. But operating this last play potentially of the first half from your own 43 is a lot different than calling a play from your opponent's 30 or so. So let's see what Lander chooses to do. Maybe one more heave, maybe just a run. Bronson Sims is going to be in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his right. A single back with him also to his right. This looks to be another heave. Here's Bronson Sims, who will instead run. Across the 50 as the horn sounds, brings us to halftime. Well, I'm not sure what you were expecting between Lander and Evanston, but we probably didn't get it. Still a very interesting first half, and sets the table nicely for what should be a pretty exciting conclusion to Lander's home opener. We are all tied up at 7. Evanston Red Devils and Lander Tigers. We'll come back with a Buckle Up for Life halftime show coming up right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Welcome to County 10, your go-to local news hub. Stay updated with the latest Fremont County news shaping your day, and dive into local events, entertainment, and music. Discover the essence of our community with stories featuring local faces and places. From lifestyle features to breaking news, County 10 covers it all. Join us in experiencing what's happening around us. Visit county10.com. Community connected.
I'm John Shade. your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes that they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I, John Shade, with Edward Jones, is a proud sponsor of Lander Tigers and University of Wyoming on this station, 1330 KOVE. Call me today or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Baldwin Creek Rental Service in Lander is a proud supporter of sports and athletics here in Fremont County. Baldwin Creek Rental Center understands how expensive specific equipment can be, especially if it's for a one-time use or event. That's why they offer tools and equipment rentals. For many years, Baldwin Creek has provided services to clients in Lander and the surrounding areas. From lawn and garden projects to graduation parties, they have the right equipment for you. Baldwin Creek Rental Center, located at 675 Baldwin Creek Road in Lander.
Get winter ready with Overhead Door. Don't let the cold in. It's time to prepare your garage door for winter. We'll give you safety, savings, and peace of mind. Our experts ensure your garage door is winter-proof with quality service and repairs. Trust the pros. Schedule your appointment today. Call 307-856-2210 or visit the website at overheaddoorriverton.com.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. We're at halftime of Evanston and Lander. The score on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard is all tied up 7-7. This is the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. YDOT reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time. Every ride. Lander has stayed in the game throughout the first half. In fact, jumping out to an early 7-0 lead on a Braden Baker 82-yard touchdown run, by far his longest run of the season. Braden Baker also with a touchdown run, I believe, in Week 1 in the Tigers' win over Green River. It was Caleb Larvey who got the touchdown run for the Tigers last week in Powell, and Braden Baker takes his turn back in dramatic style, finding the open field and the strong, powerful running back showing some speed across midfield and into the end zone for, again, an 82-yard touchdown run from Braden Baker. That was the only scoring until later in the second quarter. It was Evanston able to answer with a 56-yard run of their own from Braden Wallace. Wallace scampering down the far sideline, getting some nice blocking and making a couple of Tigers miss on what was Evanston's only big offensive play, you might say, the first half, although their defense did step up, specifically Brooks Serrell, who had not one but two interceptions of Paxton Hollingshead. One was on Lander's opening drive, an interception in the end zone after a 9.5-minute of game time opening drive. That following Evanston's decision after winning the toss to defer. Hard to blame him if you look at Lander's game film against Powell last week, where Lander didn't get a first down in their first three drives against the Panthers last week. That was not the case at all here in their home opener. 4 first downs on that first drive, including a 3rd down and 17 conversion. Nice screen pass from Hollingshead to Braden Baker. That was actually not a conversion, led to a 4th and 1 quarterback sneak from the quarterback. Hollingshead converted 1 of 4 first downs on that drive, but Paxton Hollingshead lobbed one into the end zone, rolling to his left. Looked like the receiver coming across the formation might have fallen down on the play and contributed to what just looked like a bad throw as a result, but that was interception number 1. Brooks Serrell picking up his second interception of the second half on a ball that was a nice read from Hollingshead on about a 10-12 yard in to his slot receiver here on the near side. Just a little bit too much air under it. Lander receiver might have tipped that in an effort to catch it as well. Great concentration by Brooks Serrell, the senior defensive back for the Evanston Red Devils, picking off Hollingshead for the second time, I believe. We have that correct in the first half. And that's all there was basically to the first half. A lot of ground game by both sides, and kind of a fast-moving first half as a result. We had the 2 long touchdown runs, one from either side, and that leads us to a score of 7-7 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Again, not sure what I was expecting heading into this game and Landers' home opener, but it was not a 7-7 result at halftime. Landers' defense showing up once again, just giving up that one big run, and the front three of the 3-4 playing as stout as usual when it comes to runs up the middle. Landers' offense, especially in that tight wing T formation that they opened most of that first drive of the game in, moved the ball a lot more efficiently. That's more like how that offense is supposed to look, with a triple threat in the backfield, quadruple threat when you factor in the quarterback in Paxton Hollingshead. And Landers' offensive line doing a great job of getting the game started on that opening drive. Didn't have any points in that first drive for Lander, but it sort of set the tone, definitely got the field flipped in the right direction for the Tigers, where the Red Devils for most of that first half had to deal with lackluster, sometimes just downright poor field position with their offense, and Landers' defense was up to the task on just about every play but one. That 56-yard touchdown run. Highlight offensively of the first quarter again, first half again for the Lander Tigers, was an 82-yard touchdown run by Braden Baker. Having seen him run this season, you get so used to watching him rumble his way and just stiff-arm guys between the tackles, try to keep those feet going. It's the first time I think we've seen Baker in the open field, and that guy is faster and speedier than his fullback appearance would lead you to believe. He had about 7-8 yards on the nearest defender by the time he found the end zone on the 82-yard touchdown scamper. So it was an entertaining, if unexpected, first half of play. And because Evanston deferred in the coin toss to start the game, it will be Landers' offense on the field. We have about 8 minutes until we get that third quarter underway. We'll take another timeout and thank our sponsors, including YDOT. And this is the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. YDOT reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Third quarter is upcoming. We are all tied up. Landers 7, Evanston 7. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and online at county10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
And for those of you streaming at county10.com, we welcome back in our video audience to the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. At the half, we are all sevens, tied at 7 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, with the Evanston Red Devils coming into the game at 1-1, matching up against the Lander in their home opener on the season, also with a win under their belts after losing to Powell last week. We will continue with our Buckle Up for Life halftime show here in just a moment as we welcome our radio audience back in right now.
Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
Well, certainly an entertaining, if not unexpected, first half, as on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, Lander and Evanston all tied up 7-7. This is the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. YDOT reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. We keep saying this was an unexpected outcome in the first half, and that's not necessarily because the game is tied or that Lander had the lead in the first quarter. It was the pace that really Lander dictated from the opening kickoff. Evanston winning the toss and choosing to defer. Hard to blame them if you watched how Lander's offense started the game in Powell last week, but that was not the outcome to Lander's advantage, and to the credit of their offensive line and those two backs and Larvey and Baker in the backfield. A very sustained, I believe, 9.5-minute opening drive for the Tigers did not result in points after the interception thrown in the end zone. One of two picks by my count that Brooks Serrell of Evanston had on Paxton Hollingshead in that first half. But it set the tone and set sort of the field position battle for the rest of the first half. And Lander was able to capitalize offensively on the strength of an 82-yard touchdown run from Braden Baker. That was countered by Evanston's long run of their own, Braden Wallace, going long on the ground from 56 yards. Both PATs obviously good, and that's how we ended up at 7-7 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. The sun has now fully set behind the foothills outside of Lander, and that means those of you watching at county10.com can finally see a little bit on your screen. This early season, especially first half glare, pretty difficult, but we are beyond that now, and we hope you're enjoying the broadcast if you're watching from home on your phone or wherever you might be streaming at county10.com. Also, thanks to Andrew Garcia for running the camera for us here this evening. About 2 minutes away from getting going here in the third quarter. This has been the Buckle Up for Life halftime show. YDOT reminding you, can't say it enough, that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride, all year round, but especially this time of the year as we get our four-legged furry deer friends back out on the road quite a bit. Saw quite a few reports of animal collisions around the Lander Valley over the last week. So drive safely and make sure that you're buckling up every single time. Nice reminder from YDOT. And we thank them for sponsoring our Buckle Up for Life halftime show. So we'll get started here momentarily in the third quarter. Once again, all locked up, Evanston and Lander at 7 points apiece. Fun first half to watch, especially if you like old school ground football. A couple of big home run runs from both teams. Keep going back to it, but the 82-yard scamper from Braden Baker, you're so used to watching him in the tackles and rolling and keeping his feet moving, and once he finds some space, we finally saw what kind of flat speed that the big back has. Same goes for Caleb Larvey, who had a nice 17-yard run or so in that first half. Pretty important first possession of the second half coming up for Lander. Again, Evanston deferring the opening kickoff, and so it will be, it will be Evanston. How many times have I said that incorrectly now? It will be Evanston having deferred the opening kickoff with their offense on the field. My brain shorted out there for a moment. Lander had a productive use of their opening drive in the first quarter, everything but points. But Evanston's going to be looking to establish some momentum, you would think, here on the road as the temperature cools down a little bit. Still a little bit breezy from the west, probably about the same as we had at kickoff, about 15-mile-an-hour winds. Temperature will start to cool, but certainly won't bother the guys on the field. We started this game at 77 degrees, even a little bit on the warmer side. But now very pleasant conditions for the second half of this one. Landers crowd, nice crowd for a home opener, as you might expect, but fully into the game. Definitely got some energy going in that first half as their Tigers performed well. Looking for a little bit more consistency and obviously some more points on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Some extra time has been added to the clock, extended halftime to give the players a chance to get loose. Make sure everybody is stretched out and ready to go for the third quarter. It will be Evanston's ball. Not sure why I said that incorrectly 3 times. If wishing made it so, but no. Landers defense will be out first. I want to thank some of our additional sponsors that make these Tigers broadcasts, both on the radio and streaming live, possible, including Bailey Tire and Auto. Bailey's proud to support our local athletes. Their full-service tire and auto shops at 755 South Federal in Riverton, and, of course, 1305 right here on Main Street in Lander. Also, Perfect Power right here in Lander. Perfect Power Electric, supporting our athletes on and off the field. Give Perfect Power a call today for all your electric needs. 332-7184. Home run, touchdown runs from Braden Baker for the Tigers, 82 yards for a Lander score in the first half. Braden Wallace for Evanston from 56 yards out, unofficially, to tie the game later in the second quarter at 7-7. Both teams had the ball late, inside 4 minutes in the second quarter, neither able to score any points. Nice job by the Lander defense to negate any kind of momentum-killing and balloon-deflating Hail Mary attempts there from Evanston at the end of the first half. And we should be just about good to go. Players are all set. Getting some final instructions from both sidelines. The Lander on kick cover, and we'll see Evanston's kick return to start the third quarter. Have to imagine head coach Jim Burton is pretty pleased with that first half performance. No coach is going to say that wire to wire any half of football was exactly what they want. But when you compare it to the first half last week against Powell, defense doing a great job of containing a really athletic quarterback in Bronson Sims for Evanston and neutralizing their ground and air receiving weapons. And if you can do that, as you see, you can stay right in the game. Lander leading for most of the game. Now we're all tied up as we'll have a pair of returners back for Evanston in Braden Wallace and Brooks Serrell. Probably the two biggest offensive playmakers for the Red Devils. We'll see if Coach Burton wants to kick directly to them as we are now underway in the third quarter. It is a deep kick, and it's taken by Brooks Serrell from the 10 to the 15, far side 20, 25. Gets a block now crossing and maybe in some trouble here. Serrell's to midfield. He is finally brought down on maybe a touchdown-saving tackle from Parker Burton. But an excellent kickoff return, putting Evanston on Lander's side of the 50 to start the third quarter. At the very least, Lander will get on the field with some space behind him. A kickoff return for a touchdown, very reminiscent of, not to harken back to this bad memory, but the BYU-Wyoming game last weekend started very similarly. But at least Evanston's going to have to drive a little bit here to start the third quarter. Sims in the shotgun. Give to his running back is Breckenridge, who is contained nicely by the right side of that 3-4 for Lander. There is a flag that came flying in from the line judge on the far side. That was the play side. We'll see what the indication is here. Could go either way from where that flag was thrown. This will be a procedure call against Evanston. So the Red Devils will have to do it again on first down, assuming, I'm sure, this penalty will be accepted. Only reason you would think about it is a nice defensive play No, they declined the penalty. I was wondering about that. So there was actually a loss of yards on the play because of a nice play on the defensive right side. So you take the 2nd and 13 as opposed to a 1st and 15. I didn't know Evanston had gone backwards that far, but it will be a decline penalty. One of the few times you'll see a false start or illegal procedure penalty actually decline, but I think a smart move there by head coach Jim Burton. 2nd down and 13 coming up as Bronson Sims has 3 receivers to the right. Instead, it's a give to Rich. Rich has stood up again on that right side of the Lander defensive line. You pick up on it right away. Said it several times during the broadcast last week, but that front 3 of Romer and Hamilton, and it would be Tress Pickard over there on the right side on those last 2 plays. To run a 3-4 in high school leaves a lot of run lanes and a lot of gaps up front there. You really have to trust those 3 guys up front, and they have to be able to get the job done. So a 3rd down and 12 coming up after a couple of nice defensive run stops from the Tigers. Quick pass to the left side is off the hands of the receiver, Serrell, and incomplete, brings up 4th down. And Evanston, if they do kick the ball here on 4th and 12, will have gone 3 and out on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Lander's defense giving it back to their offense again. After a big kickoff return to pass midfield, Lander forcing a net -2 on Evanston's first possession of the game. Late substitution on for Lander, but the punt is away. It's going to be allowed to bounce. Bouncing back and forth, and now rolls to a stop at the 17-18 yard line of Lander. That's where the Tigers will have the ball for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. Momentum defining drive in this game for the Tigers offense. They have a lot of field in front of them, but now would be a great time for their patented long sustained time-killing drive. A 14-play touchdown drive with about 2 passes thrown in there would be just right for the Lander Tigers if it led to points this time. Great opening drive to start the game in the 1st quarter for the Tigers, but an interception in the end zone negated points on that drive. See what the Tigers can do. Operating for now from inside their own 20. Hollingshead backs to either side and 2 receivers to the left. Give is to Baker, powers his way for a gain of about 2.5 on the right side, brings up 2nd down. Takes some getting used to, but that's exactly the 1st down play that Lander's looking for. Actually, they'll say you got about 3.5 there, and that's what you want. 1st down average of 3 or 4 yards on the ground is what this offense is shooting for. Brings up a 2nd and medium, about 6. Also moves the ball beyond their own 20. Ball is on the 21. Hollingshead with a back to either side. 2 receivers to the left, wide, 1 to the right. Hollingshead moving his Tigers from right to left. That's going to be a false start, as Braden Baker couldn't stop himself from leaning forward. That'll negate the previous play and maybe a yard beyond that. 2nd and 6 will become 2nd and 11. Once everybody is set on the offensive side, obviously, can't move forward in the backfield. Braden Baker didn't intend to, just had his momentum going and he couldn't stop it. Tried to. False start brings up again 2nd and 11, and the ball is now back at Lander's 15.5 yard line. A lot of green in front of them, but the clock is rolling. 7-7, Lander and Evanston on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter, 9.5 and rolling. Be the same formation for the Tigers on 2nd and 11 as they showed on their 2nd and 6 prior to the penalty. Pitch ahead to Baker. A little flip straight ahead, and Baker falls forward to the 20, gain of about 4. Brings up 3rd down and 8 upcoming. 9-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Want to get at least 2 first downs on this drive just for field position's sake. Lander has come through on 3rd and long a couple of times, most notably 3rd and 17 in the 1st quarter on that first drive of the game. It was a screen pass to Baker that got all but 1, and then a 4th down conversion. Sneak from Hollingshead kept that drive alive. But you got to think Evanston would be sniffing that screen this time on 3rd and longer. It'll be 3rd and 7 from their own 20. Hollingshead in the shotgun, back to either side again, 2 wide right. This time 1 short side, wide out left. It's going to be Baker. Nope, it's going to be Larvey who is contacted. Breaks 1 tackle, falls forward, but well short of the first down. Bring up a 4th down and 4 coming up for the Tigers, and they would have to punt, you would think. 8:09 and counting. Remaining in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Both Evanston and Lander go 3 and out to start the second half. Evanston with some field position advantage. We'll see what happens here on the punt, but their returners are standing at about their own 43-yard line. Braden Baker doing the punting duties as well from his own 10 as he barely gets away a kick, but nice elevation to it. High effort is going to be allowed to bounce, which is beneficial for Lander. That's going to roll all the way to the 30 and now the 28-yard line. Not sure about that decision by Evanston's returner to let that one go, but that was a lot of hang time. Credit Braden Baker on a nice high kick to allow his defenders to get down the field, forcing the decision to allow the ball to bounce. And that's the difference between, that could be 30 or more yard difference had that ball been returned versus where now Evanston's going to have to start from their own 28-yard line. Break for the Tigers. What a difference a high punt can make as Evanston starts their second drive of the third quarter from, again, their own 28, 1st down and 10 for the Red Devils with Sims. Ball's on the floor. Center quarterback exchange issue. Lander thinks they have it, and they do. Ball was put on the floor as I think it was Breckenridge was coming off of Bronson Sims' hip to take that exchange, and something was lost in the interim. It was Braden Baker for Lander, I think, who ended up on the ball from his linebacker position. And now we have ourselves a new third quarter. Lander from the Evanston 25-yard line. Great field position for their second chance of the second half. See how Lander wants to treat this with Hollingshead. Back to either side, 2 receivers to the right. Tight end attached left. Give to Caleb Larvey, keeping his feet moving through 3 Red Devil tacklers. Good enough for a 2-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 8. Ball down to the 23 of Evanston. Kind of coach I am. I like a fade here. Take a shot at the end zone, but also not a bad time for something in the backfield. Maybe with some motion coming across. A sweep that the Red Devils haven't seen yet. See what Lander wants to do. Hollingshead with his usual 2 backs and Caleb and Larvey and Baker rather. Now Baker resets to the right tackle. So it will be a play fake to Larvey. Swing out to the right. And that is pulled in by Braden Johnson Baker, who falls forward close to a 1st down inside the 20. They'll mark it just short, I think, to 3rd down. Play action to Caleb Larvey and that H-back and Braden Johnson Baker. Howard Baker, as he's known by his teammates. Probably just for convenience sake, because there are 2 Braden Bakers on this roster. And it's not a very large roster. So we have Braden Baker and Braden Johnson Baker, the latter getting the call on the reception. Not able to fall as far forward as I thought. Brings up 3rd down and 2 coming up from the 17-yard line for the Tigers. Now everybody is tight in that T formation. Under center is Hollingshead with 3 backs behind him. And it's a give off right guard to Parker Burton, who has enough for the 1st down and then some, couple extra, down to the 11-yard line. 1st down for the Tigers. Key turnover with a fumble recovery from Braden Baker off a quarterback running back exchange issue between Sims and Breckenridge for Evanston. Has Lander right where they want to be. 5.5 and rolling in the third quarter, tied up at 7 with Lander knocking on the door on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Same formation, far side for the Tigers. T behind Hollingshead, who is under center. This is a give to, I think it's Baker on the left side. Protects the ball as he falls forward to the 10-yard line. It was Braden Baker who had 2 hands on that ball, as at least one Red Devil player was trying to rip that out of his pocket. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. 2 Landers benefit. The clock continues to roll. 5-minute mark of the third quarter. couple of personnel changes as the play is run in from the sideline. Landon Jones into the game at receiver. He'll be attached, though, on this play as we have a tight, everybody tight, same formation, far side on 2nd down and 9. Ball's at the Evanston 10. 3 backs behind Hollingshead. It's Baker driving forward. Powerful run, gain of 2, maybe more. Brings up 3rd down and 7 from now well inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line of Evanston. We'll see Braden Johnson Baker back into the game. He'll spell Juan Rivera. Braden Johnson Baker from that H-back. Let's take note of where he lines up. I think he'll be attached somewhere. Looks like he will be. Same formation. Braden Johnson Baker is the deep back of 3 who are behind Hollingshead. Paxton Hollingshead with a pitch to Johnson Baker. Lost his footing as he was trying to break the corner on that short side. That was also a nice defensive play. I think that was Striker Blevins. If I got that number right, he's a sophomore who went right at Johnson Baker's feet. And that's going to force a field goal attempt. This will be a 25-yarder from the right hash to give Lander a 3-point lead with 3.5 and rolling in the 3rd quarter. Snap is good. Kicks low. Line drive is right into the back of the offensive line. Scramble for the ball. Play is blown dead. 1st down Evanston from that point. It'll officially be a missed 25-yard field goal. Evanston also missed a 25-yard field goal attempt in the first half. That one was just a line drive right into the back of his offensive lineman. And Evanston's going to take over 1st down and 10 from inside their own 10. One silver lining for the Tigers is the field has flipped, so Evanston's driving from their own 9. Each team has had their chances here in the 2nd quarter. Something's got to give. Bronson Sims is under center with the eye behind him. Give to the deep back, weaving his way. With 2nd effort, dives forward to the 10-yard line, but that was well contained again by the Lander front 3. It was Braden Wallace, junior running back / linebacker, on the carry for Evanston. Brings up 2nd down and 9. 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, and 7s apiece on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Evanston and Lander both looking for win number 2 on the year in Lander's home opener. On 2nd down and 9 following a gain of 1. Ball just at about the 9-yard line. This time it'll be Sims under center. There's a give to the wide side. Nice pursuit by the Lander defense is going to knock the running back after he gets to about the 11-yard line. Couple of Tigers in on the pursuit as Braden Wallace had nowhere to go to the wide side of the field. I don't care how many times I have to say it, but the front 3 of Lander has been impressive all season long. By far the most improved single unit in either offense or defense for the Tigers this year over last year. They have held Evanston to tough sledding on the ground. Now 3rd and 7, and Evanston from their own 11-yard line. Sims is under center. Good play fake. He's got it himself as he rolls left. Looks like Sims wants to do this alone. He's going to come up short, though. Bronson Sims dives forward to about the 18, the 16. It's going to be 4th and a long one. And Evanston's going to have to run their punt team on. Dynamic hasn't changed a whole lot offensively for either team in the second half as it was in the first. It's back and forth assignment football, and whoever makes the first mistake is going to score or give up the next score. 2 returners for Lander standing back at about their own 50. Punt is away after a very high snap, and this is going to be somehow to Evanston's benefit as it rolls all the way down to the 41. Evanston's punter did an amazing job of just corralling that from being a safety out of the back of the end zone as the snap was very high, tipped the ball back to himself, evaded the green jerseys, somehow got a punt away that will actually be a 50, I think it's right on a 50-yard punt. After all that, important thing for Tiger fans, though, is they have the ball back. Tigers offense back on the field with good field position from their own 40-yard line. Couple of plays left, you would think, here in the third quarter. 1:09 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard before the final frame. And Lander's offense is back to work. Hollingshead with his usual 2 to either side in the backfield. 2 running backs, that is. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the short side right. Hollingshead with a gift to Baker. Braden Baker with a spin after dodging an initial arm tackle will fall ahead for about 5 yards. You got to wrap him up in early. We saw that in the first half. Braden Baker with an 82-yard touchdown run, representing Lander's only scoring in this game. They have to contact him immediately, hopefully for your sake if you're the defense with some help, and you have to wrap him up because he will spin and high step and just blaze his way to open space, and once he finds it, he is faster than he looks. Exciting player for this Lander Tiger offense this year. This time Baker is off left tackle. Larvey is to Hollingshead's left in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. This is a quick throw out to the left side. They're going to find their speedy receiver in Finn McFadden. Flag on the play. Finn McFadden, as it is right now, is going to get to the 37-yard line for a nice gain. But something tells me this one is coming back. May have been a block in the back or a hold on one of Lander's receivers on that wide side. Everybody is walking backwards. Flag is at the 45 as the official kicks it just so it's right there on the 45-yard line. That's going to be the spot of the foul. It was a hold on one of the wideouts there on the far side for Lander. That was a nice play design. Finn McFadden, if he can get him the ball in space fast enough, that's why he's your kickoff and punt returner. Had a 74-yard punt return that was called back, or a kickoff return that was called back on a penalty last week in Powell. After the 10 yards from the 45, moves the ball back to the other 45. Lander from their own 45 now on 2nd down and 6 coming up. But before that, we have arrived at the end of the third quarter. 1 quarter coming up, still all tied at 7. Back with the conclusion of Evanston Riverton after this on 1330 KOVE and at county10.com.
Discover personalized banking at Central Bank and Trust. We offer personal and business banking tailored to your needs. Enjoy the convenience of our online banking platform, whether managing accounts, applying for mortgages, or going paperless. With branches across Fremont County, we provide drive-through and lobby services. Experience simpler applications for mortgages and loans, all from your computer or mobile device. Connect with us at centralbanktrust.com.
Introducing WyoGlass, your local glass experts. From windows to showers, we got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors, auto glass, shower doors, and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose WyoGlass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
Bringing the fourth quarter of Lander and Evanston, thanks to Andrew Garcia running camera for us. Fourth quarter starts with a 2nd and 6 for the Lander Tigers from their own 45. Hollingshead with a gift to Baker. Baker with a nice run on the right side, a little bit shy of the first down to the 50, where he is horse tackled, I'll say, down to the ground there by an Evanston defender. It takes a lot to bring down Braden Baker when he has a little bit of space. 3rd down and 2 upcoming. Ball's going to be just shy of midfield, underway here in the fourth quarter. As you see on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, we are all tied up at 7s between a couple of 1-1 teams. Lander looking for win number 2, obviously, on the year, but also looking to have their fans go home happy on this home opener. Pretty important 3rd down coming up. Hollingshead with 2 backs, back with him in the shotgun. Play action to Braden Baker. Instead going to be a fade. And I think we have a defensive pass interference call that was, from my vantage point, it was drawn pretty nicely by Braden Johnson Baker, who I think was in the slot on that wide side. Interesting play call on 3rd and 2 to throw that fade, but it's going to work out for Lander's advantage. Braden Johnson Baker was held up there. Might have leaned into the hold a little bit at the end of the play when he saw that ball was slightly overthrown. but we'll take it. Pass interference moves the ball across the 50 and all the way down to Evanston's 36-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for Lander. Another key penalty hurting Evanston. Lander had a personal foul, unsportsmanlike, in the first quarter that did the same to them on an Evanston drive. We have a personnel mix-up that's going to waste a timeout for head coach Jim Burton. So timeout, first of 3 taken by the Tigers. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander, DuBois, and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
With 11:06 to go, following a pass interference penalty. A Lander with the ball first down and 10. It's going to be Braden Baker with a pitch on the right side. He is stacked up nicely by the Evanston Red Devils, but in Braden Baker fashion, he's going to get a couple before that play is over. Gain of 2 across the 35. Brings up second down and 8 coming up. Under 11 minutes to go in the fourth on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. A couple of long runs represent both scores for both teams. One apiece. Braden Baker had the ball on that last carry, had an 82-yard touchdown run in the first half. Evanston with a 50-plus run of their own. That's our scoring to this point. Anyway, second down and 8, Hollingshead with Baker off left tackle this time. Caleb Larvey's back there with him. Larvey has the ball straight up the gut, falling forward, inching for yards. Not sure he got anything. They may give him 1 on forward progress. Caleb Larvey with a tough run. Hardest yard gain you'll see there. They're actually going to give him 1.5 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6. Lander moving left to right for those of you listening on 1330 KOVE and 107.7 FM in their home opener. Trying to milk as much time as they can off this fourth quarter clock, but most importantly, trying to find the end zone on this drive. Put all the pressure on Evanston. 3rd down and 6, first and foremost, though. Ball's at the 33-yard line. Hollingshead will drop back and is in trouble. Eludes some of the pressure. Hollingshead somehow able to get out of the pocket, and for him to get back to the line of scrimmage was a win for Lander on that play. Ball came out, but the officials will say Hollingshead was down. It's going to be a 4th and 6, but it should have been 4th and 11. Paxton Hollingshead doing a great job of stepping up and eluding 2 Red Devil defenders who had gotten pursuit in the backfield. This is an interesting moment at the 9-minute mark of the fourth quarter here. 4th and 6. Looks like Lander's going to decide to go for it. A little bit too far for a field goal. Play is a little bit late in coming in. And Lander's a little bit slow in breaking the huddle on this pivotal 4th and 6. They've already used 1 timeout. 4th and 6 is from Evanston's 32. Hollingshead with a single back. Designed rollout to the right side. Paxson surveying his options. Wants to keep it himself. Won't nearly have enough of the first down. That may even be a sack. I'll say a gain of 1, but it will be a turnover on downs nonetheless. Not sure if that was a designed rollout for the Lander QB, or maybe roll to the right with a single read, and if it's not there, you just tuck it, but came up about 5 yards short on that 4th down conversion. Looked like a bit of a broken play, but I'm not sure what broke down from here. So Evanston with the ball from their own 31, following the turnover on downs. Clock is stopped for the moment with 8:31 to go. Red Devils quarterback Bronson Sims, the eye behind him, pitch to the deep back off right tackle. He now cuts it back, and here's some room for Braden Wallace. Wallace, one more man to beat, fortunately brought down as he crosses the 45. Nice open field tackle by Landon Jones, saving what probably would have been a long touchdown run for the Red Devils. As it was a gain of 31 yards on the run from the junior tailback of Evanston, Braden Wallace. That was a big chunk play for the Red Devils with 8:20. And it will roll now with the chains reset on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard to go in the fourth quarter. This time Sims is from the shotgun. Motion in front of him. He'll choose on the read option instead to keep it, and he'll be enveloped by the front three of the Lander defense. Very generous forward progress spot. Officials are going to say he actually maybe didn't lose anything on that play. It looked to me like a loss of 2. But forward progress has been given to both teams both all night. So second down and 12 coming up. Will end up being, I guess, a loss of 2 on the read option that was enveloped by Lander. So Evanston's operating from the left hash now with 2 receivers out far side to the right. And the snap is corralled, and now a last-minute throw. Nice job saving the play. Bronson Sims is going to find a streaking receiver for a gain of about 5. I think Evanston wants to take a timeout here. Coaching staff is not liking what they're seeing. I thought I saw a timeout indication. No, it's a flag. There's a flag in the Evanston backfield, which with the peril that Bronson Sims, Evanston's quarterback, was in, is probably an offensive line hold. No, it's a personal foul and a horse collar tackle on Lander. Things get kind of crazy on broken plays, and defenses, when they smell blood, kind of pin their ears back, and that might be a result of all that. But a personal foul is going to mean a first down for Evanston. Didn't see the tackler. Assume it was a tackle at the end of the play, and didn't see the tackle itself away from us, but it will be a first down. So first and 10, up to the Lander 22 now for the Evanston Red Devils. 7.5 and rolling on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Bronson Sims with a bunch to the right off the right tackle. Single back. This is a designed QB run from Sims on the left side. Nothing doing there. But a flag comes in late. Pursuit on the backside of that play, and a tackle credited to Braden Baker. This, you would think, is going to be in the offensive backfield against Evanston. It is a holding call against the Red Devils. We'll move 10 yards back from the infraction. Would have been just about the line of scrimmage, so move all the way back to the 32-yard line. Brings up a first and 20 for Evanston. Break there for the Tigers. Lander is not an up-tempo, come-from-behind kind of team offensively. Would love for their defense to step up here and force a turnover somehow. Sims this time is under center for Evanston. And we have a procedure call on the Red Devils before the snap on first down. Tack another 5 on Evanston. This is reminiscent. My memory is going to be hazy, but in Evanston last year, doing the Evanston-Riverton game, I want to say the Red Devils committed 4 penalties consecutively. And I don't remember the situation, but I do remember them committing an inordinate number of consecutive penalties, and that's going to be penalty number 2 on Evanston on this drive, and it's first and forever now. Ball's all the way back to Lander's 38-yard line. Sims is going to be from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the wide side right, 1 short side left. Single back. Sidearm sling is nearly intercepted as it was defended by Jackson Conder. Coming in from that left end position, he got his hands up, and the ball was thrown right into his chest. Bronson Sims actually altered his arm angle. It's almost sidearm that to try to get around that edge defender, but lucky that wasn't intercepted by a defensive end on that strange play. Second down, and we're going to say 22 for the Red Devils. Designed rollout on 2nd and long. Throw is intercepted. Down the right side seam, that's going to be an interception and a penalty on Evanston afterwards. It's Finn McFadden who comes up with the interception, I believe. Yes, it was. Finn McFadden dropping back in coverage and reading Bronson Sims' rollout. Let's sort out the penalties. We have to hope as Lander fans this is not offsetting. I saw at least one flag. There are two on the field, though. If they are offsetting after the play, the interception will stand, but I have to sort all this out. One was thrown where it would appear to be an unsportsmanlike against Evanston after the interception, but let's see what the official call is. Pretty big couple of flags. One's being picked up now. This is after the play. Unsportsmanlike against Lander, unsportsmanlike against Evanston. Those penalties offset, and it's first down Lander. Because both of those penalties occurred after the interception, the result of the play will stand, and so Lander's interception will count. Great read, defensive read from Finn McFadden dropping back for the pick. Potentially game-altering play, but only if Lander's offense can put together a pretty sustained long drive here and milk a lot of clock and put the ball in the end zone for the Tigers. They're at their own 25. Lander's offense is set up to win this game with a long drive with 6:26 to go, but they have a lot of field in front of them. Officials are discussing what I can only imagine is the placement of the ball, although that's all set and both teams are on the ball. Three officials discussing maybe a clock issue after the play. Not sure. They're going to wind it, and it will be first down and 10 for Lander's offense. Paxton Hollingshead, two running backs, one to either side, two receivers to the left. This is a dive left side to Braden Baker. Baker falling ahead for his usual gain of 3.5. That's what the Tigers want to do on first down just about every time. Brings up 2nd down and 6. Clock is rolling outside of 6 minutes in the fourth quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander trying to steal their home opener and get win number 2 on the season. Evanston also looking for their second win on the year. Ball is now up to the 29 of Lander. They are taking plenty of time, as I'm sure is by design, to get on the ball. Same formation here on 2nd down. Hollingshead with a back to either side. 2 wide side right. Now we'll see Baker reset off right tackle. Give us to Larvey, and that play was read and diagnosed immediately by the backside crashing defensive end for Evanston. No gain. Brings up 3rd and 6. Braden Baker had reset on that play from left of Hollingshead to right off of the right tackle to lead block for Caleb Larvey, but the pursuit came from behind the play. Nice defensive line play by Evanston's front three. And that brings up 3rd and 6. Well, I would think you'd have to get to within 4th and under 2 to even think about going for this in this situation. We're still tied after all, under 5 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 3rd down and 6 coming up, identical formation. And this time they'll just put Baker off right tackle to start with. So it's Hollingshead from the gun. It's going to be Baker back left across the plane. Braden Baker has some room. Watch out. Braden Baker to the 30. 25-20. Can he go? 10-5 Lander Tiger touchdown. Braden Baker with an 82-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. That one's going to be a 75, unofficially a 75-yard touchdown run. Braden Baker going counter across the formation to his left for his second touchdown run of the game to put Lander up by 6. So much for the long, sustained, time-consuming drive, but you'll take that home run touchdown any day. Point after touchdown, kick is up, and it is good. 4:31 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander Tigers are up a touchdown at home against Evanston. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. The Lander Tigers have taken a late 14-7 fourth quarter lead over Evanston, 14-7. Both scores coming from big tailback number 34, Braden Baker. 82-yard run in the first half. We're going to say that was a 75-yard touchdown run late in the fourth quarter. Just what Lander needed, but there is quite a bit of time on this fourth quarter clock. 4:31 to go, and Lander's got to give the ball back to Evanston. Two back deep for the Red Devils, standing at about their own 5 are Searle and Wallace. Evanston's going to be moving from right to left. It's going to be Searle, I believe, from the 5 to the 10, far side 15, 20. Searle has a lane for the Red Devils across the 35, finally brought down at about the 37 of Evanston. Very nice return by Braden Wallace, junior for Evanston. That will be a 32-yard return on the kick return. And 4:13 show on the fourth quarter clock. 14-7 Lander Tigers defense now in the spotlight, as Evanston will try to mount a comeback and tie the game. Quarterback Bronson Sims from the far hash with a single back to his left, one attached to the left. Sims is rolling out, now he's going to tuck it. Made one defender miss, cuts back, and is brought down after a gain of about 5. Nice open field tackle there. I think that was Parker Burton, who came in and came up and from the secondary and made a nice knee-high tackle of the shifty quarterback. Second down and a long 5 coming up from the 42. Clock rolls. Evanston has all 3 of their timeouts. Time not a factor for them yet. Down in distance are, though. 2nd and 6 from their own 42. Sims with 2 backs from the shotgun. This is a give. Eluding one tackle. And now a second tackle and a third is Braden Wallace, who dances across midfield and is finally ridden out of bounds at the 44-yard line of Lander for a first down for Evanston. Excellent balance in the backfield from Braden Wallace there. Was contacted just about right away by one of the Lander front 3 and somehow was able to keep his footing and then break one more tackle on top of that. It's a big run for the Red Devils into Lander territory to the 44-yard line. 3.5 to go when the clock starts after the chains reset. Again, Evanston with all 3 timeouts. Lander D protecting a 7 points, 14-7 lead. 2-by-2 to both sides. Now a slot left resets to the right. Bronson Sims throws to the motion man. A little bit too far ahead was that throw intended for Braden Wallace. That was Caleb Larvey, I think, across from linebacker on coverage on that play. Nice pursuit. Maybe forced that throw a little bit too soon. And second down coming up, 2nd and 10 from Lander's 44 for Evanston. Clock's at 3:26, has stopped after the incompletion. Same formation for Evanston with Sims. 2 receivers to each side, one in the backfield. Designed run up ahead for Sims. Sims corralled by a couple of Lander Tigers after a gain of only 2. Down to the 42 of the Tigers. Brings up 3rd down. Stoppage play, first of 3 timeouts has been taken by Evanston. So we'll take it with them. Lander protecting a 14-7 lead, 3:15 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm. and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring, now open in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more and start living in style.
Welcome back to Lander. Evanston out of the timeout on 3rd down and 8. One step drop by the quarterback falls incomplete. Bronson Sims was looking for Brooks Serrell in the right flat. Would not have been enough for a first down anyway. Brings up 4th down and 8. And this will be an interesting moment for Evanston. 3:11 on the 4th quarter clock. No gimme by any stretch, and you haven't really flipped the field enough either, but you're trailing. You don't have a whole lot of choice. Evanston has to go for this. They may not get the ball back if they punt this away. So 3:11 to go. And what Lander's defense hopes is a game-defining play on 4th down and 8. It is Sims with a back to his right from the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 short side left. Sims is back to pass. He's looking right. Now he's going to have to roll a little bit to his right. He's going to have to tuck and try to run for the first down himself. We'll see where the official spot is. He is taken down right at the first down marker. You talk about a big spot by the officials. I think they'll give it to him. Where the ball is on the field right now, it is good enough for a Evanston first down, but he got that by a quarter of the football. So Bronson Sims definitely looking to pass that ball, started moving to his right, and probably wisely tucked it and just got about 6 inches enough for a first down. So Evanston survives for the moment. Here's a RPO, quarterback keeper the whole way. Sims along the right side out of bounds. Stopping the clock for Evanston after a gain of about 6 yards. Ball's now inside the Lander 30. They'll give Sims 7 on that last run, so 2nd and 3 upcoming. Clock is at 2:52 and now stopped on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander up by the touchdown and trying to defend a win in regulation anyway. 2nd down and 3 coming up. Sims 2x2 with a running back to his right. Sims sidearm throw to the right side. Caught in space by Brooks Serrell. Serrell has a couple extra. Enough for a first down inside the 20-yard line before he is ridden out of bounds. So the clock stops, 2:48 to go. Evanston still has 2 timeouts. The clock not at all an issue for the Red Devils. Brings up first down from the 20-yard line of Lander. Sims, 3 receivers wide side. Now he gets stoppage. And a timeout taken by the Lander Tigers. We're going to keep it right here for this break as Lander has taken their 2nd timeout of the second half. Gives us an opportunity to thank some of the sponsors that make this broadcast possible, like Bailey Tire and Auto. Proud to support our local athletes. Full-service tire and auto shops, 2 of them, located at 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Also thanks to Fremont Chevy GMC supporting our local athletes in Fremont County. Your hard work and dedication doesn't go unnoticed, and Fremont Chevrolet GMC is here every step of the way. 1401 North Federal in Riverton. For those of you just joining us, Lander in their home opener has their defense on the field trying to preserve a victory in regulation anyway. 2:48 to go in the game on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander is up 14-7, but Evanston is driving. They'll have 1st and 10 from Lander's 20. Out of Lander's timeout. That's the 2nd the Tigers have taken in the half, so they have 1. Evanston plenty of time with that 2:48 and also 2 timeouts remaining. Out of the Lander timeout, same formation for Evanston as before the timeout. Sims with the running back to his left, 3 wide to the right, instead throws short side end zone and a touchdown on the fade from 20 yards out from Bronson Sims to, I think that was Riker Pace. He was alone, single coverage on that far side, and that is an Evanston touchdown to come within 1. All of which is for naught if this point after touchdown doesn't go through, obviously. So a big extra point coming up. It's going to be Brooke Serrell, but first an Evanston timeout. So Evanston's going to use their second timeout. Head coach Steve Moore with not as much need to preserve those timeouts for clock purposes anymore following his team's touchdown. Timeout taken at 2:43 in the fourth quarter. That leaves both teams with a timeout remaining here in the second half and a big point after touchdown upcoming. Thanks again to our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible, like Myers Gambles, Main Street in Lander. Excited to cheer on all of our student athletes. Gambles has winning deals, and remember, delivery is free within 30 miles of the store. That includes Riverton. Turnaround shop in town. Kicking team timeout there from head coach Moore breeds interesting thoughts in your brain about you're not thinking about going for the win here and going for 2. And it also gives Lander a chance to chalk something up to try to block this. And Evanston is using every second of this timeout. See if they come on the field with their field goal formation. They are not. Evanston is going for 2. Down 1 with 2:43 to go. Under center. And a give up the middle. I'm not sure he got it. Straight run up the middle. That is no good. Lander's defense has held. Wow. Head coach Steve Moore called a timeout before the extra point. Decided instead to go for 2. Tight formation. Bronson Sims gave the ball, I think, to Braden Wallace. There is a flag on the field after all this, but I think this is going to be celebration after the play. The score remains Lander 14, Evanston 13. And they'll sort out the extracurricular, probably, celebration after. Unsportsmanlike is against Evanston. Not super consequential at this point, as no matter where Lander gets the ball in the field, all they want to do is get about 2 first downs to try to close out this game. So now, the unpredictability continues. You would have to expect some kind of onside or squib from Evanston here, still trailing by a point after going for 2 and failing. It wasn't necessarily a razzle-dazzle 2-point play call either. It was a run up the gut by a, granted, very talented running back. I think that was Braden Wallace, just relying on the offensive line. But Lander's front 3 has been so stout all game, minus a couple of plays here and there. It was a very interesting play call. But Lander's kick return needs to be on its toes here. 2:41 on the clock. Evanston will have to kick to Riverton in some form or fashion, or to Lander in some form or fashion. And the Lander has 9 players within 10 yards of the 40-yard line. You have to send at least somebody back because it's a live ball even down the field. So they'll send Finn McFadden back, whose job is going to be to quickly track this down if it does go over those front defenders. So you'll see some kind of onside or squib, you would think, here from Evanston. Slight off balance to the left, which looks to be the direction the Evanston kicker is going to be sending this one. We'll see how far. It is going to be a coffin offside kick that is very nicely corralled by Barrett Moffitt, I think that was. Lander has the football. And a penalty flag thrown after. I think this might be some more frustration on Evanston's side. I want to get that name correct. I thought I saw number 5 go up and save the play. Barrett Moffitt, I believe, came down with that for Lander. That was not a typical onside that you would see along the ground. That was just kind of a coffin that you tend to send that up in the air. You try to send it up in the air as much as you can, and then make sure it gets to the 40, and then one of your guys contact it. This will be a procedure call, though, against Evanston, meaning that either Evanston was first to touch the ball before it had gone 10 yards, or one of their players was too far downfield when the ball was kicked. Either way, Lander's going to decline the penalty. And if there's one situation Lander's offense is built for, it's this one. 2:41 on the clock. You got two backs who take care of the ball really well. Wouldn't expect to see anything else. It's going to be very tight T formation behind Hollingshead. Three backs behind him. He is under center. See which of the backs gets the carry. Be Baker right up the middle. Evanston ripping at that ball. But Braden Baker is going to be able to get 3 yards before an Evanston timeout. That's going to be the Red Devils' last. We'll keep it right here. Lander 2:33 away from a victory in their home opener off a very interesting decision by head coach Steve Moore following a touchdown pass that brought the Red Devils to within 1. They lined up with their field goal formation in a typical point after touchdown formation. Then Coach Burton called a timeout, or excuse me, not Coach Burton. Coach Moore called a timeout for Evanston. And about halfway through that timeout, the thought did start to enter my mind, that's a very interesting timeout. And you started to wonder if they might be going for the win or the loss, basically. Still plenty of time at that point, but that was the case. It was just a handoff up the middle. Riverton's 3-4 was up to the task. And the Tigers have recovered an onside kick. Now that Evanston's out of timeouts, there are 2:33 on the clock on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 2nd and 8 coming up. This will be a give again to Baker. Baker, 2 hands on the ball, falls forward for a gain of about 3. Maybe a long 2. And 3rd and 5 coming up. Clock's going to roll. Clock is at 2:15 and counting. Paxton Hollingshead getting instructions from head coach Jim Burton to watch the back judge, who should be counting you down with the play clock. Can't see it on the scoreboard, but the back judge in this situation will give you a 5 count, and the quarterback will be able to see that to milk every second off of the clock. Hollingshead, same formation. Everything's tight with a T, 3 backs behind him. Burton for the 3rd carry in a row. First down would be big. It's going to be close, but I don't think he got there. Burton on the left side, diving ahead to the 27-yard line, is going to be just a yard short. First down will win this game, but Lander has to get it first. 1.5 minutes to go and counting. Lander will take all the time they can. In fact, I think what they'll do is take it all the way down to 1 on the play clock and then take their final timeout. Lander does have 1 remaining. 1:15 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. They'll be looking for the 5 count from one of the officials, and then they will take their timeout, Lander will. It will be their last. Clock is at 1:03 and a minute. .55 seconds and counting. There is the expiration of the play clock, or just before. It's a timeout taken by Lander. 54 seconds on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, and it will come down to 1 play out of the timeout. Lander gets a first down, and they're in great shape to win their 2nd game of the year and their home opener. Big play coming up for Lander's backs and their offensive line. Exciting broadcast here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com, brought to you in part by Perfect Power Electric in Lander. Supporting our athletes on and off the field, give Perfect Power a call for all your electrical needs. That's 332-7184. Give them a call on Monday if your home or business needs any kind of electrical work. And Myers Gambles on Main Street in Lander, excited to cheer on our student athletes. Very excited, I would imagine, tonight. The folks over at Gambles are. Myers Gambles has winning deals, and remember, delivery is free within 30 miles of the store, so that includes Riverton. Turn around and shop in town. Out of the Lander timeout, everyone's out of them now. 4th down and 1, 54 seconds left to go. For all intents and purposes, Lander wins the game with a first down. Everybody's tight from Evanston's 27, T formation behind Hollingshead. We'll see who gets the final carry. Hollingshead backs off to talk to the right side of his offensive line briefly, and it's going to be Hollingshead himself who sneaks it forward. Did he hang on to the ball? Yes, he did. First down, Tigers. Clock rolls, or will, with 50 seconds to go after the chains are reset. Lander's going to have to snap this one more time. They'll take a knee, And following that, Lander's going to win their second game of the year and their home opener. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get that quarterback-center exchange down right. Let's avoid any craziness on the very last play of the game, but all Lander has to do is snap this one more time. Hollingshead is under center. Takes the snap, step back, kneels down, and the Lander Tigers are going to win their home opener. A very exciting, unusual, everything other than you were expecting in just about every way for all four quarters. 14-3 victory over the Evanston Red Devils in their home opener. The Lander Tigers are 2-1. Evanston will fall to 1-2. Well, quite a bit to talk about in the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. We're going to do that coming up right after this. It's a Lander Tiger victory here on this Friday night in the home opener. Lander 14, Evanston 13. Back with postgame next on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School, and this is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show on what's going to be a very celebratory night here in the Lander Valley for the Tigers and their fans. The Lander Tigers have won their second game of the year and their home opener in a 14-3 victory over the visiting Evanston Red Devils. Evanston has lost two in a row, last week to Riverton, and in 14-3 fashion here tonight against Lander. This is the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. We're going to recap what scoring we did have and what was a wild fourth quarter down the stretch in this one. Bailey Tire and Auto is proud to support our local athletes. Our full-service tire and auto shops are located at 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Lander Tigers with the ball after Evanston deferred on the opening coin toss. Lander with a nice long drive down the field, eventuated, though, after 4 first downs on that drive with an interception in the end zone. First of 2 interceptions that Evanston's Brooke Serrell would have on Paxton Hollingshead, one in each half, but a nice long sustained drive got things going in the first quarter for Lander. That was a 9.5-minute drive that ended up not resulting in any points. First points of the game did come from Braden Baker on an 82-yard run, his longest touchdown run of the season, actually his longest run of any kind on the season so far. That made the score with a successful PAT, 7-0 Lander. Evanston answered with a haymaker on the ground of their own. A 56-yard run from Braden Wallace tied the game at 7-all. Braden Baker answered for his second rushing touchdown of the game. It was a 75-yard unofficially a 75-yard long scamper from Braden Baker to make the score with a successful PAT, 14-7. Down the stretch, Evanston with a chance to tie the game, and on a 20-yard pass and catch from, I have to get my notes on that one, but it was a 20-yard pass and catch from quarterback Bronson Sims into the end zone to make the score 14-13. Lander still on top, and that's when the chaos sort of ensued. Evanston head coach Steve Moore lined up for a point after touchdown, and initially it looked like you might get the PAT, but Coach Moore took a timeout just before the ball was snapped and decided instead, out of the timeout, to go for two-point conversion attempt. Was a run by, I believe it was Braden Wallace off right guard. Lander's defense up to the task. So basically going for the win or the loss effectively. There was still 2.5 minutes left to go in the game at that point, but roll the dice that did not go Evanston's way, and Lander's defense stepping up big in that final moment. They stopped the 2-point conversion that would have given a 1-point lead to Evanston. Instead, Lander retained their 1-point lead, and that ended up after an onside kick and a couple of skirmishes being our final score of 14-13. Lander on top of Evanston. We're looking right now at head coach Jim Burton on the sideline, who is getting a massive hug from his wife. I think we're going to be able to get Coach Burton up here in the press box this time around. Let's hope he remembers to come visit us, and it's going to be a very happy head coach Jim Burton. So let's stay with you just to make sure that he does come give us a visit on the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show, but we'll have a little bit to discuss with Coach Burton, who is making his way into the box as we speak right now. Joined by Lander Valley High School head coach Jim Burton after, I'm not sure what I was expecting heading into this game, but none of it happened. A 14-13 down-to-the-wire victory by your Lander Tigers. Win number 2 on the season. You got that 11-game losing streak out of the way in week 1, and now against a pretty solid Evanston team. What are your initial impressions just a couple of seconds after the victory and coming up to talk to us?
You know, just these kids just keep fighting. You know, we have setbacks. We're driving, throw a pick a couple times. You know, we got to clean that stuff up for conference play, but these kids just keep fighting. You know, I keep telling them that the yards don't matter, but we beat them up. You know, they're a good quality team, but we got some boys, and they're turning into men real quick.
2 more for you, Coach, and we'll let you go. But have to mention Brayton Baker from the backfield, obviously. 2 big runs representing your scoring, also stepping up on the defensive side of the ball. He just, a lot of special guys on your team can make those plays. It just happened to be his night tonight.
You know, playmaker, and I joke because that's a pitch forward. It's a touchdown pass for Paxton, which, you know, not to take anything away from Baker's run, but that was, I told Pax, probably the shortest touchdown pass you'll ever throw for 75 yards.
True.
Right? So great play. Actually, really crazy leadership. That's supposed to be Larvey on that position. And I think he just didn't have the juice. He said, hey, Bake, take it. I mean, I can't believe the leadership on that kid. So the O-line played lights out. Pax, you know, managed what he could do. And we're going to come back, fix a few things. Defense. Coach Rounds, they just do it, right? You know, they're going for 2. They want the win on the road, and they didn't give it to them. So gutsy plays on both sides of the ball.
Since last week in the big loss and also in the victory here at home, in both games, the front 3 of the 3-4 really impressive to me from up here. And to run that in high school especially, you have to have those front 3 really stout. They'll give up, you know, a play here and there, but wire to wire, they make the rest of the defense possible.
You know, and what's crazy is those are the same guys who are pushing for us on offense, and they're going both ways quite a bit. You know, hats off to Hayden St. Clair. He's in there giving Hammy a spell every once in a while, and you don't drop off a ton. His effort's unreal. But Hamilton, Romer, and Pickard, those guys up front, and then all the subs. I mean, just keeping those guys fresh is a full-time job, right? But nothing but love for those big guys up front. I mean, I relate.
Hey, Coach Jim Burton, enjoy the win for at least a couple hours. Thank you for the time, and congratulations.
Yeah, go Tigers.
That is Lander Valley High School head coach Jim Burton after a 14-13 victory in the Lander home opener over Evanston. We're going to take one more break, come back and recap and kind of catch our breath and wrap up on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show right after this. A big win for Lander at home, 14-13 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back to close things out coming up on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Who is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors? We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Welcome to Hampton Inn & Suites, your home away from home in Riverton. Enjoy top-notch amenities like our indoor pool, hot tub, and fitness center. Start your day with our complimentary breakfast. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi. Relax in one of our 89 beautifully furnished rooms. The Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to support the Riverton Athletics program and being a part of the Riverton High School Booster Club. We want to wish all student athletes the best this coming season and look forward to being a part of your success.
Welcome back to the Bailey Tire and Auto Postgame Show here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com. Lander Valley High School with a 14-13 victory over Evanston on their home opener. We're joined by a two-way player, one of many for these Lander Tigers, Braden Baker with a couple of big runs. Tell me about, first I want to ask you about, I think it was an 82-yard run in the first quarter, your first, Lander's first score on the game. Walk me through that play and what it was like to be in the open field and running for the end zone.
You know, my line made a great hole for me, and I just saw daylight and just ran for it and just ended up working out and used my speed to it as an advantage and put it in the end zone. So,
you guys offensively off to a much better start this week than last week. That amazing, I think it was a 9.5-minute drive down the field, didn't end in points, but was that a turning point for you guys in this game, saying this isn't going to go like it went last week for us?
Yeah, we knew right off the back if we came out hard, we could beat these guys, and we just try to run it down their throat the entire game, and it ended up working out for us.
Switch sides of the ball for me, because so many of you guys on a younger team with skill guys that play both offense and defense. Talk to me about what you saw on the defensive side of the ball, and made a couple of plays there yourself defensively.
Yeah, so Evanston had that really good running back, and we really focused on just executing, getting no inside run at all in practice, and I feel like we executed it well. He had a couple of pretty big runs, but for the most part, we shut him down pretty well.
That's Braden Baker. He and his Lander Tigers victorious in their home opener, 14-13 over Evanston. Go enjoy the win. We'll get you out of here, but congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There is Braden Baker, running back and linebacker for the Lander Tigers. And with that, we will wrap things up here on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. Lander Tigers are 2-1 on the season, winning in Week 1 in Green River and winning their home opener here at home, obviously, here tonight against Evanston. 14-13, exciting, and Lander is going to be buzzing about that one all the way through Monday. Tigers are back here next Friday night. We'll have the broadcast for you on 1330 KOVE. I want to thank Andrew Garcia for running the camera for us here this evening. I'm Scott Fuller. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come on back next Friday night for Lander Tiger football on KOVE and County10.com. Have a great weekend.